2, 1.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hi everyone, how's it going? Today's episode, a Wakushi Weaver Outworld build, and a new absolute stunner of an addition to our ant family. You'll understand when you see her. Definitely my second favourite queen now, which is as good as first. Queen of Queens in the small Rubra tank will always be my number one though, and that's never going to change now. Let's get into the build though. So, got the whole shebang of accessories. Rainforest substrate, 500 grams. Little hygrometer, jelly pot holder and feeding trays, and a rope kit, or 2 rope kits. Weaver rope, 2 meters. Water tower. The future home of our queen, the founding module. And finally, the nest itself. Saw the big bag of pieces to construct and thought to myself, I'm gonna need some coffee for this. So the hardest part of the build, for me, was getting the plastic off. My fat fingers just struggle with this. So 6 minutes later, the perspex was ready. I was being super careful not to scratch any of the perspex and taking it real slow. Once I got building, my phone went flat and I was way too deep in the build to notice. And we're back up and running. The main structure was complete. And I loved it already. Time to get those accessories in there. Abracadabra. I'm terrible at this field videoing. Sorry. I looked at them for a while, pondering, and thought of the route that I wanted for the string to go. I then pulled them all back out and threaded them in the order that I wanted. Then, back in again. It was looking a bit bare, but the dream was becoming real. I put the kettle on again and stared at it for a while longer. Many hmms were made. Back out with the accessories to add the founding chamber and the substrate. The founding chamber was a breeze. Put each rope leading up through one of the holes to start with, as I intended for the founding module to sit on the floor as opposed to on a pillar. I then chucked in roughly 250 grams of substrate, avoiding as much dust as I could. Perspex picks up dust like a hoover. I managed to keep it clean and hydrated it a little. I gave it a little mix and a quick wipe down and it was ready to go. Time to re-add the accessories, a final time, and it was all good. I chopped the excess string away as a final touch. Time for an end result montage, I think. Happens in most build videos of any kind, so I'm going to chuck one in. Enjoy! Back on track, it was time to put it on the heat mat in the new corner I had made for it on my ant shelf. Let's take a look at the queen. Species Polyrhachis illudata. She's covered in hairs and they shine gold. I honestly don't know much about her yet. except she refused to found in her dark test tube at 26 Celsius. 27 Celsius and 70% humidity seems their ideal condition though from other keepers' feedback. They like to live in rotten wood up trees, I think, in their native habitats. They're not really one for weaving, but they will utilise the nest, as they don't seem too keen on ground level. Ultimately, we'll see how well she likes the nest as time goes by, but early polls say it's lush. So the nest had warmed up, and I'd rustled the future inhabitant's test tube again. I decided, oh fudge it, and stuck her in. She was a little hesitant to begin with, but seemed very keen to get out of her test tube. She ran up the tank walls immediately and began scouting out her surroundings. I placed a feeding dish in with some honey and some liquid protein that came with her from Aunt Sarus. She took to the liquid protein immediately. I gave my other ants some as well, and they seemed to really like it. I was quite impressed, and it works well for my founding colonies, so I must get some more, to be honest. The queen went on to try and live in her feed bowl. At that point, I realised she wasn't going to come down to live in her tube, so moved it onto an anchor point on the side. I placed another tube on the floor just in case she changed her mind. She shacked up in the founding nest in no time. So about 48 hours had passed. I looked over at Her Highness. Boom, she's laying eggs. Words can't describe the epicness. Fingers crossed, she raises a healthy girl. It's going to take a while to mature, so expect this colony to go quiet for a bit. As soon as there's news though, I'll be there like an American news chopper. Let's see where this journey takes us next time. Thanks for watching though, and bye!